Hello guys, what's up? It's your boy DBGTX_101. You already know what it is. Today I'm dropping the video, the one that you guys been requesting for the tournament, aka Budokai Tenkaichi. We have this world tournament that I'm gonna get started in March. I'm giving you guys a heads up right now in January, 2 months worth of preparation, so you guys can go ahead and get everything set up and practice. To begin with, I'm gonna go ahead and set out the rules. It is a world martial arts tournament, Earth style, so we're gonna use a lot of the rules from the original Dragon Ball concept into this. You guys will check out the video. The video will explain itself. I'm definitely going to go ahead and give you the tutorial, explain to you bits and pieces as to what I'm looking for in this tournament, and hopefully you guys will understand, so that way when you come in there is no confusion as to what's happening. To begin with, we're going to go ahead and lay out the rules of the tournament. You cannot use any moves that have weapons. So no weapons are allowed. We're going to stick to the original Dragon Ball manga concept. There are no weapons allowed. There is no killing allowed. So that means moves that can ultimately kill your opponent in particular will not be able to be used in this tournament. I'm okay with super attacks being used, any variation of super attacks being used, but what I am not okay with is ultimate attacks that ultimately would annihilate the whole tournament area per se. So if you're using final explosion, super vanishing ball, you know, super spirit bomb, things like that of the sort, those moves are not allowed in the tournament. Final Kamehameha wave is not allowed in the tournament. Those moves would obliterate the scene, you know. So I know there's no destructible environment, unfortunately, but that's exactly why I'm trying to keep it within the boundaries of the actual game, so it looks pretty much essentially just, you know, like an actual, you know, tournament. So keeping it with that context, the second thing that or the third thing that I want to mention also in this sense is that the game itself, the boundaries of the world tournament stage, is going to go ahead and add a challenge. There is a knockout rule. The ways to win in this tournament is to either knock out your opponent by basic knockout, aka health 0, or you could do ring outs. How ring outs will work in this is essentially 3 ring outs, or you knock the opponent 3 times into the out of bounds stage of the tournament. So in the grassy area, counts as out of bounds. But there's a trick to that. As you can see in the game, when you try to do an automatic knockdown like that, the character automatically gets sent somewhere to a corner of the actual fighting stage, and it makes it a little bit harder. The other part of it also has to do with stamina. You cannot and you will not be counted for a ring out point unless your character has his stamina broken. So if your opponent character's stamina is broken and you hit him into the outside of the fighting stage, then it counts as a point for you. 3 ring outs will equal winner of the match. That is simple, pretty simple. Honestly, by the 3rd ring out, you're really by the 3rd point of the ring out, you're really looking at a knockout by that time, because the match should be into a stage where you broke his stamina, took some damage, and then hit him to the point, or hit him outside of the ring and it counts as a point. So by the 3rd time, it should either it really should be a knockout. Again, you must hit the character with his stamina broken into the outer stage. It's not you letting him drop into the outer stage, it's you hitting him with a combo into the outer stage of the map. That counts as a point. Outside of that, if by the 3rd time you drop him, he's not, your opponent health is not done, you can take it up to a 4th point ring out. Eventually, what we're seeking is that by the last time you knock him out, like I said, out of the ring, he should already either be close to death or knockout. So all you have to do is just pretty much finish him off with a regular attack and you get the win or something like that. That's pretty much what I'm going for. Now the other part of the rules has to do with how your character will be set up. Super wise, you can only have 2 offensive attacks and 2 alternate attacks. What I mean 2 alternate attacks is like backflip, instant transmission, instant rise, you know, time stop, you name it, things like that. As far as the offensive attacks, is any super honestly that you want to use. I don't think that any of these supers, like, I'm not gonna say okay, don't use this particular super or whatnot. Like, no, any super is allowed, but you only have 2 slots for supers. Of course, you got the typical rules: no cheesing, no spamming, no repetitive extra infinites or anything like that to take more health than usual. Honestly, y'all already know how I deal with that. But ultimately, again, it's ultimately to have fun, to make this even balance, and see your guys' true wit, true courage, true fighting style. CACs are the only ones allowed in this tournament. There is no excuse whatsoever for you to not be able to use your CAC. So if you don't know how to use your CAC, you got 2 months to learn. As far as it goes, I don't have any more rules besides that. Again, no weapons, no god tier ultimate that could possibly blow up the whole entire stage. All super Kamehameha wave variations are allowed, so that's cool, but no final Kamehameha waves. No cheesing or spamming or being salty. If you lose, you lose. That's it. There's nothing you can do about that. Enjoy the match. 2 offensive slots, 2 alternate slots for your attack moves. CAC only. And remember, you can either KO your opponent by reducing their life to 0 or knock them out 3 times. And in the exception that the 3rd time the character has enough health that you could go for a 4th one, then knock them out a 4th time. But outside of that, just make sure that they have to be stamina broken in order for it to count as a point. That sums up the World Tournament rules. I hope you guys understood everything that I got here. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the commentary and I'll go ahead and answer them. You guys got 2 months. I will give you guys the date a month from now when it's the first date, and I will also tell you how the points and how the tally system will work. Alright, but this video is just to give you the heads up as to what's coming. Y'all have a good one. Peace out.